The neighborhoods throughout the world with the highest median property prices also have extremely high incomes per resident, making them among the most expensive in the world. The high local income level contributes to higher than average living expenses, which is part of the reason why the cost of living is so high in certain areas. Other factors contributing to this high cost of living include the prices at high-end restaurants and stores, as well as high-end shopping. Keep watching to find out more about the homes, the histories, and the costs of the 9 areas that are ranked as the most expensive in the world. Number 7. Esher. The area of Greater London known as Esher is well known for the exceptionally high home prices and breathtaking scenery found there. Not far away from there is where you'll find the Claremont Landscape Garden, which is maintained by the National Trust of England. This garden was once the residence of some of the wealthiest people in Britain, including Leopold I and Princess Charlotte. It costs approximately $2.4 million, or £1.5 million, to purchase a home in Esher on average. The most costly homes, however, sell for significantly more than that. For example, number 21 Clare Hill sold for £8.25 million, which is comparable to $10.3 million. Have you been informed? Esher, much like the rest of London, has a rich history that dates back several centuries. As early as 1086, it is documented in history under the name Aesila, and the Abbey of the Cross in Normandy was responsible for its administration. Indexing of manors began in the 1700s during the reign of King Henry VI and continued until his death. These manors, which were linked together by the Hampton Court and Royal Hunting Grounds, eventually grew into new mansions for the area's finest courtesans, which is how Esher came to be such a desirable neighborhood. Number 6. Tribeca. New York City's Lower Manhattan contains the neighborhood known as Tribeca. Despite its humble beginnings as farmland and subsequent transformation into a center of textile manufacture, this district is widely regarded as the most expensive in the entire city. The neighborhood was devastated by the events of September 11, and the Tribeca Film Festival was founded to help it recover and get back on its feet. Tribeca has an average per capita income of $107,794, which is more than 3 times the average income of the United States as a whole. The average property price in Tribeca is $3.7 million. Have you been informed? Tribeca, like many other New York City neighborhoods, is an acronym in disguise. In this particular instance, we're talking about Tribeca, which is an abbreviation for Triangle Below Canal Street. Number 5. The Saint-Germain-des-Prés neighborhood. The administrative districts of France are known as arrondissements, and each of the country's 20 regions is further broken down into arrondissements. Saint-Germain-des-Prés is not only the most costly of the 4 quarters that make up the 6th arrondissement of Paris, but is also the most expensive neighborhood in the entirety of France. Its location on the banks of the Seine provides the town's 1904 inhabitants, who are known as Germanopratans, with a breathtaking view of the river. The average price for a residence in Saint-Germain-des-Prés, which is expressed in either euros or dollars, is 3.98 million euros, which is comparable to $4.2 million. Have you been informed? Cafes in Saint-Germain-des-Prés have helped make the neighborhood famous throughout the world. The Café de Flore, Le Deux Magots, and Brasserie Lip are just a few of them that have garnered international recognition. Some, like Café Proco, are extraordinarily old. The year 1686 is listed for this particular establishment. Number 4. Medina. The town of Medina, Washington is located in the state of Washington, directly on the water's edge of Lake Washington. It is well known for being not just one of the most expensive areas in the world, but also for being home to some of the wealthiest people in the world. Both Jeff Bezos, founder of Amazon, and Bill Gates, founder of Microsoft, have residences in Medina. Bezos is the wealthier of the two. Even though the suburb of Medina is recognized for being home to several billionaires, the average income of a householder is closer to $200,000, which is still considered to be rather high. To cater to the requirements of its affluent population, Medina is home to some of the nation's most prestigious and expensive educational institutions. Have you been informed? In Medina, high technology is not limited to the city's residents, a large number of whom are formerly employed or have worked for Microsoft. The city is renowned for having some of the most stringent monitoring measures anywhere in the world to safeguard its affluent residents. Every license plate passing through the region is photographed and stored by cameras, which then send an alert to the appropriate authorities if the number appears in a database of information compiled by the police. In the city of Medina, some signs read, "You are entering a 24-hour video surveillance area." Number 3. Glenbrook Place. The price range for the typical home in Glenbrook, Nevada is between $7.2 million and $7.5 million. The company's scale, which results in selectivity, is one of the reasons it can get away with charging such expensive fees. The population of the area was just 287 as of the year 2020, which means that the few houses that sell there are all in the same price range of the upper end of the market. The illustrious Glenbrook House Hotel, which is nearly as ancient as the neighborhood itself, is the inspiration for the neighborhood's name. The first people arrived in Glenbrook in 1860, making it the most settled neighborhood in all of Lake Tahoe. Have you been informed? Because of its small population, Glenbrook can get away with being a quite restrictive neighborhood. The beach and bay are completely off limits to the general public and are only accessible to inhabitants of the private gated community. This includes rentals. Even the cost of a night's stay at a hotel in Glenbrook can be quite pricey, averaging $131 per night, with some of the most luxurious hotels charging upwards of $880 per night. Number 2. Atherton. The city of Atherton in California is home to the most expensive real estate in all of California. It is located in San Mateo County and has a total population of 7,188 inhabitants. The population of Atherton has been listed numerous times. The most recent ranking was in 2019, as having the single highest income per person in the country for neighborhoods in its demographic bracket. As a result of this ranking, the residents of Atherton are known to be some of the wealthiest individuals in the United States. Homes in Atherton routinely sell for at least $10.7 million, and there are several on the market that are listed for much more than that amount. One of the homes available for purchase is located at 170 Atherton Avenue and is a residence that has 5 bedrooms, 5 baths, an 8-acre lot, and is currently listed for $100 million. Have you been informed? Atherton is a relatively new name for a neighborhood that has been around since the 1860s when it was known as Fair Oaks. Atherton wasn't given its current name until 1923. Faxon Dean Atherton, a landowner in Southern California, is recognized as the one who gave his name to the subsequent neighborhood. Number 1. Port Royal. Because it is situated directly on the beaches of the Gulf of Mexico, the neighborhood of Port Royal in Naples, Florida is considered to be among the most costly in all of the globe. This means that there is little area available for the construction of homes and that the homes that are already there have direct access to the beach. The vast majority of properties available for purchase in Port Royal are sprawling single-story ranch-style mansions with at least 5,000 square feet of living space. This glitzy area is located along the shore, and the average sale price of a home there is $17.9 million. Have you been informed? The history of Port Royal may be traced back to the late 40s when the city was given its name in honor of an older port city in Jamaica. Not long after that, in 1959, the Port Royal Club was established, and it quickly became a center for opulent entertainment, gastronomy, and other facilities. So this is the end of our today's video. Do you like it? Kindly give your valuable response in our comment section below, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more interesting and informative videos.